This is Captain America, the first Avenger comic series, Captain Britain. The figure is part of the second wave of the 3 3/4 figure assortment of the new Captain America movie toy line. And here is the packaging. Just the same as the regular ones, and the rest of the assortment. The bio is on him is very vague. He just needs to believe in himself to become more powerful and bring justice to Britain. Whatever. Doesn't even say his real name. Brian Braddock. He's the brother of Psylocke, and he used to be part of the team called Excalibur. Anyway, doesn't come with a base, obviously. It's a Star Wars Galactic Battle Game base. Just added that because I need to pose him. He comes with a mighty Excalibur sword, and as I think some of you know, his power comes from the British Isles. If he has flight, near invulnerability, super strength, agility, and he's like Britain's Superman without the heat vision and X-ray vision. And he has Excalibur, very nice looking sword. I'm actually very pleased with this sword. It's not made of rubbery, it's soft plastic, but not the rubbery type of plastic that they use in most of the Wolverine swords. This is really stiff sword, so very nice, very happy with this sword. He also comes with, wait, let me just see if I can stand him up straight. Okay, come on now. Okay. He also comes with, which I'm not entirely sure why. Oops, I just knocked him out with his own blaster. He comes with a neat little, nicely painted blaster. It's done in gold and blue. It will fit very nicely on his arm. Very tight. I don't want to keep doing that because I might scratch off the paint. It's very tight. It fires a translucent missile. This one, I think this figure can do well without this one. Not really my favorite gimmick. So that's that. Articulation, he's got a ball-jointed neck, ball-jointed upper torso, ball-hinge shoulders, ball-hinge elbow, swivel wrist, ball-hinge hip, thigh swivel, double-hinge knees. A ball-hinge ankle, much like the Star Wars ankle, the new Star Wars ankle, the ones that have ankle articulation. It's got a hinge joint on top and a swivel joint at the bottom, which allows you to pose Captain Britain in wide stances, in fxfranz poses, just like that. And he'd stand flat on his feet, so very cool. Thank you, Hasbro, for doing that. This figure has a lot going for it. I was really looking forward to this figure. One of those figures that I was really hoping to get, really excited to get him. But the final execution leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. It's got great concept, great sculpt. It's got even I think it's a removable belt if you wanted to remove it, but right now there's no way of removing it unless you actually disassemble the figure. Great sword, crappy blaster. The paint apps, the concept of the paint apps are, I think, very good, but when they executed it, as always, it is a Marvel figure, you will get a lot of paint issues or quality issues. For instance, the head, great red metallic paint apps, but look at all that blue that they've done on it. It's got jagged lines, crooked lines everywhere. This one's perfect. And look at the eyes. The eyes are they're just brushed that way. They should have been dotted on the socket, the pupils. As you can see, it's not evenly dotted. It shouldn't be a rectangle. The eye should be a little bit smaller, much like in like this one. See, check that out. They're like beady little eyes. This one is like I don't know what they did. Red paint apps, very good, but you get scratches up front. The pink bleeds in with the blue. You get some scratches here and there, even on the arm. This was the best I could find. He's got some metallic blue paint apps that have some scratches there. It's just scratches everywhere. This nice little pearly sheen white paint that overlaps with the black. The blue here, I'm not entirely sure what they were going for. It's white, it's unpainted under the belt, but it's metallic blue outside. It's not even properly aligned. If you want to align the paint apps like that, look at that. The feet are both facing here, and this is the proper alignment, and the paint is not even aligned. That kind of sucks. Boots, great, but there's some overlapping here and there. The white bleeds in with the gray. See, look at that blue stain right there. On the back, some jagged lines on his ass. This one, some bleeding in of the silver and the blue and the pink and the red to make it pink. Silver here is, yeah, look at that. Some overlapping everywhere. The only thing that's nicely painted here is the sword. Even this one has a lot of quality issues, as you can see right there. Here, look at that. So, great concept for the sculpt and the paint apps and the concept of the character, but poor execution when it comes to paint apps. The concept's great, but execution-wise, lots of quality issues. So there. Before I give my final opinion, let me just show him off with the Marvel Universe Hammer Files Captain Britain. Wait, let me take him off his stand so you can actually see him. He's a lot shorter than this guy, than the Marvel Universe version. The paint is duller on this one than him, but overall, I think if you had to pick a Captain Britain figure, I'd say go for the Marvel Universe. If it's too expensive to acquire because only scalpers have him in online shops, then I guess you can settle for the Captain America comic series figure. But in all respects to this figure, this one is still the better figure. So there. Should you get him? If you're a big fan of Captain Britain, by all means get him. I sincerely think he's a lot better than the one that came in the 3-pack. Although I don't have that 3-pack yet. I'll make sure to do a comparison. But I like the original colors. I like the metallic, the choice of the metallic paint that they used for this figure. I just wish that they could have done a better job with controlling quality issues with this figure, because I've seen a lot on the shelves, and God, a lot of them were horrible. If you're planning to track this figure down, paint apps you should always look out for. First and foremost, check the eyes. Make sure they're about the same size, because usually the right eye is always going to be bigger than the left. Make sure it's not too big. Make sure they're almost the same size. Next thing you want to check, make sure that the metallic red paint is not bleeding into his cheeks, his chin, and whatnot, and his nose. Then check the blue and silvery pearly white that's painted on his side of his helmet. This one, it should be this perfect. Yeah, like that. If you can try to find ones that don't have that jaggedy edge look. Then you check the arms. The white should be flush. The pearly white should not bleed into anything like that. You can easily check it out. You'll usually find out here if it's bleeding too much with the dark gray. Then check the metallic blue paint apps on the side here and there if there are scratches. Then check the thighs. Make sure the blue is evenly painted and no scratches and stains here and there. Then check the boots. Then finally the belt, the pouches on the belt. Make sure the silver is painted well on the buckle and on the buttons of the belt. So really just a little shop of horrors of paint apps issues, and very frustrating. I was kind of, I was really excited about it. I was even thinking of getting another figure just to keep in packaging, but I opened up this one, and he's just not worth another figure. Maybe on clearance I might get another one, but it's going to be very, very difficult to find one with decent paint apps. I've been through at least 20 stores, and this was the best I could find, and a lot of them are just horrible. One thing going good for this guy is articulation. Articulation is fantastic. And did I mention he's got Excalibur? Very nice. I can stab him with Excalibur. No, I'm just teasing. Anyway, so that's that. I'm a big fan of Captain Britain. I like this figure. Just a little bit disappointed with this one. He's a lot shorter and stockier. But yeah, there it is. There you go. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for staying tuned in to this channel. I hope you found it informative, insightful in some way. And there you go. The Captain America First Avenger comic series, Captain Britain. Thanks for watching.